Hey, Alicia, welcome back to Vibrations and Manifestations. Are you ready to jump into another one of these deep dive?
Hey, Jared. Absolutely. I'm always so excited to explore this stuff with you. And welcome, everyone, to Vibrations and Manifestations.
Today we're diving into something, well, something that might feel a bit counterintuitive at first.
Okay, let's unpack this. We are diving into a concept today that, it seems to contradict one of the most fundamental tenets of positive psychology: gratitude.
That's right.
We're moving beyond simply appreciating what is right now and learning how to appreciate what is coming.
It is a radical, I think, yet necessary shift in perspective. We're moving into the realm of future gratitude.
Future gratitude. Okay.
The core idea is compelling. While traditional gratitude is, of course, essential for mental well-being, when it's misapplied, it can actually signal your brain and your entire operating system, really, to maintain the status quo.
Hmm.
And if that status quo is stagnant or maybe misaligned or even just good enough but not really great,
Yeah.
then that very thankfulness can act as an unconscious brake. It keeps you stuck in maintenance mode.
So hang on. If I'm perpetually grateful for my current, maybe somewhat uncomfortable life, I'm effectively gluing myself to that discomfort.
Precisely. That's a perfect word for it. Glow. Our mission today is to pull apart this mechanism. We're going to analyze the cognitive neuroscience, looking at things like dopamine, memory construction, expectancy research.
The hard science.
Exactly. And use that deep science to explain how gratitude can be purposefully used as a high-powered programming tool for pulling your desired future timeline closer, not just admiring the present one.
Okay, so we're blending the physics of brain function with the principles of accelerated reality creation. Fascinating. Let's jump straight into that critical first hurdle then, the paradox of present gratitude. Why does focusing on stability sometimes backfire?
Right. So the central conflict really arises because many people use gratitude, maybe unconsciously, not as a celebration of vitality, but almost as a defense mechanism against fear.
Defense mechanism, how so?
Well, they're grateful for stability because stability feels safe, right? Think of those common phrases that kind of reflect resignation. I'm grateful for my steady paycheck, even though I hate the job.
Oh, yeah. Or, I'm grateful my marriage is stable, even though maybe we haven't genuinely connected in years.
Exactly. Those kinds of statements.
And while that appreciation for security is certainly valuable, I mean, it helps avoid anxiety, you're saying that using gratitude to anchor yourself to an outcome you secretly wish to escape, well, it turns that thankfulness into effective glue.
Yeah, it's the perfect term for it. Glue. Because, look, the brain operates on efficiency. It loves patterns.
Mm-hmm.
So when you repeatedly anchor your gratitude to the same set of circumstances, especially circumstances that generate maybe low-level stress or draining emotions, you are strengthening those existing neural pathways.
You're paving a road back to the same place.
You're creating a superhighway, really, that leads straight back to the status quo. And that makes it neurologically difficult to even conceive of change, let alone expect it or move towards it.
Okay, let's make this really visceral. Let's use some specific examples because I think these hit home for almost everyone. Start with that draining job scenario you mentioned.
Yeah, it's the classic trap, isn't it? You're in a role that is secure, the pay is reliable, the benefits are fine, but the environment itself is maybe soul-crushing.
You feel that heavy weight, that Sunday night dread.
Totally. That weight in your shoulders every Sunday night. Yet when you sit down to do your gratitude practice, maybe you journal, you write, I'm grateful for my steady paycheck and job security.
Because that feels like the responsible, the adult thing to do. But the underlying emotional resonance, it's one of resignation, isn't it?
It is. You are rehearsing the timeline of staying put. Your body feels the dread every time that daily email chimes goes off or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
The subconscious mind only registers one thing. Stabilize this input. This frequency is the desired one.
Wow.
So the subtle but really profound shift required here is stopping the rehearsal of maintenance and starting the programming of expansion. You stop celebrating the security in the draining job, and you shift your focus. You shift to something like, thank you for the work environment that energizes me, or maybe I am deeply grateful for the aligned opportunity that leverages my highest skills and passions.
Feel the energetic difference just saying those.
Exactly. Notice it. One statement kind of tightens you up. It reinforces the trap. The other releases you into possibility. It opens things up.
I really see that. Yeah. It immediately changes the internal state from just coping to being expectant, hopeful even.
Yes.
And it applies to relationships too, right? You mentioned people who are grateful for stability or just not being alone in a partnership that has clearly run its course.
Well, that's textbook anchoring. They know deep down the relationship lacks vitality or maybe mutual growth, but the fear of aloneness or the unknown is stronger.
So they use gratitude like a lock.
They use gratitude to lock down the existing connection. They are anchoring themselves to a form that might feel safe, but maybe it's dead, blocking the energetic and the physical space required for an aligned, vibrant, mutual love to actually enter their lives.
Whether that means transforming the current relationship or attracting a new one?
Precisely. It blocks either possibility.
So the shift there moves from accepting deficiency, essentially, to proactively inviting potential.
Yes. Instead of anchoring, we invite. Statements like, I am grateful for the love that is arriving and deepening with joy and mutual respect, or thank you for the blossoming of our connection into its highest potential. Again, feel the openness in that.
It feels completely different, expansive.
And we observe this same pattern in health. If someone is managing chronic low energy or maybe a persistent condition, they might write down, I'm grateful I managed to function today, or perhaps I'm grateful I coped with the fatigue.
Okay, and that gratitude is directly tied to coping with struggle. It's acknowledging the limitation.
Right. And that statement reinforces the narrative, the identity of being a person who must survive and cope.
Yeah.
Your brain learns to expect ongoing fatigue, limited function. That becomes the baseline.
So the turning point has to involve rehearsing something else, rehearsing resilience, vitality.
Exactly. Vitality. The future gratitude statement needs to become something like, thank you for the complete, vibrant energy that is now returning to my body. Or, I am grateful for the abundant vitality increasing in my body every single day.
And saying that starts to align your daily choices, like diet, movement, sleep towards that future, healthier version of yourself.
It has to. It creates the pull.
Okay, and the final, maybe the most common maintenance anchor, financial sufficiency, being grateful for just being able to pay bills or scraping by.
The just enough mentality. It is such a powerful scarcity lock. And while, yes, appreciation for sufficiency is good, it's important not to live in constant panic. But gratitude used in this context prevents the expectation of expansion. You're effectively confirming to your subconscious, to the universe, if you like, that scarcity or just enough is your reality. That's the frequency you're broadcasting.
So when that statement shifts to something like, I'm grateful for the expansive financial flow arriving with ease, or thank you for the abundance that exceeds all my current needs.
Then the individual stops scanning their environment primarily for threats of scarcity, for lack. And they start noticing the opportunities, the collaboration, the investment idea, the side project that they were previously blind to because their focus was locked on just enough.
Gratitude has to become acceleration, not just stabilization.
That's the key, acceleration.
So the first action item for you listening right now is maybe to pause and review your current gratitude practice. Ask yourself, which statements feel like genuine celebration, like a full-bodied, expansive joy?
And which ones feel, well, a bit like nervous, anxious maintenance. Maybe even first, circle those maintenance statements in your mind or on paper. Those are the scripts we were about to rewrite using timeline programming. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Because we move past the philosophical idea and into the neurological machinery that actually makes this shift so effective.
The how?
The how. We need to clearly define the three sort of temporal modes of gratitude, the timelines.
Right, so you have past gratitude looking back, which is powerful for healing, for reflection, absolutely. But it can keep your focus stuck in memory loops.
Correct. Then you have present gratitude, the kind we just discussed, which stabilizes your current state, for better or worse.
Right, the glue.
The glue. And then you have future gratitude. And this acts as true timeline programming. It actively pulls you into the reality you desire.
Okay, pulls you forward. How does that work? What's the mechanism behind that pull?
The key to this forward pull lies in how the brain processes time itself. And here we can refer to some really seminal research by Daniel Schachter and his colleagues. They looked at what they termed the prospective brain.
The prospective brain, meaning looking forward.
Exactly, looking forward. They discovered, using brain imaging like fMRI, that when we vividly imagine a future event, let's say, you picture yourself receiving a major promotion or meeting your soulmate, the exact same neural networks light up as when we recall a past memory. like remembering your last birthday.
Wait, say that again. The same networks for remembering the past and imagining the future.
The very same ones. We're talking specifically about the activation of the hippocampus, the medial prefrontal cortex, among others.
Okay, the hippocampus. I know that's usually linked to forming episodic memories, right? Like remembering what happened yesterday.
That's its classic role, yes.
Yeah.
But what this research revealed is that it doesn't just store the past. It's a critical component of the brain's constructive simulation system.
Constructive simulation.
It means the brain uses the mechanism designed for remembering the past to actually simulate and pre-experience the future.
So the brain doesn't just replay memories like video files.
No, it reconstructs them dynamically every time you recall them.
Ow.
And it uses that exact same dynamic constructive system to pre-experience the future. It builds it.
Wow. Okay. And the prefrontal cortex, the PFC.
Right, the medial PFC.
Yeah.
That's crucial for executive function, planning, decision-making. It ties this simulation, this constructed future event, into a feeling of cognitive certainty.
Certainty.
Yes. So if you can generate deep, genuine, vivid gratitude, the feeling of gratitude for, say, a financial breakthrough that hasn't physically materialized yet, your brain processes that state of being, that feeling, as an established current reality.
It codes it as real.
It codes it as real now. It's no longer just a wish or a hope. It becomes an internal certainty, stored almost like a future memory.
A future memory. I like that. Okay, so that's the foundation, the brain coding it as real, creating certainty. But what about the energy? The motivation to actually move toward it? That's where the anticipation chemistry comes in.
That's the fuel. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
This brings us to the fascinating work of researchers like Wolfram Schultz on the dopamine response.
Dopamine, usually thought of as the pleasure chemical.
Well, yes and no. We've learned that the anticipation of a reward often generates a stronger, more sustained dopamine response than receiving the actual reward itself.
Stronger before you get it.
Often, yes. Dopamine isn't just about pleasure. It's the seeking chemical. It's the motivation chemical. It drives us to explore, to learn, to move towards things.
Okay, so future gratitude. It basically hijacks this powerful dopamine pathway.
Hijacks or harnesses, yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting passively for the reward to arrive and then getting that maybe short-lived dopamine hit,
Right.
the act of feeling future gratitude, the anticipation it creates, acts as a continuous motivational signal, a sustained dopamine flow.
Like keeping the engine running.
Exactly. The sustained dopamine acts as a learning signal. It essentially tells your entire system, repeat the actions, the thoughts, the feelings that led to this positive anticipation state.
So it increases motivation.
Increases motivation, enhances focus, and crucially, it tunes your perceptual filters. You become highly alert. You start noticing opportunities, synchronicities, insights, resources that perfectly match the frequency of that anticipated reward. Things that were there before, but you just didn't see them.
Because your brain wasn't tuned to that frequency.
Exactly. You are chemically driven, neurologically programmed to achieve the reality your brain already codes as certain.
Wow. This profound connection between neurological certainty and sustained motivation. It really feels like the bridge we need to build to some of the more, let's say, traditional manifestation concepts.
It lines perfectly, doesn't it? Take someone like Neville Goddard. His entire framework revolved around the absolute necessity of embodying the future state. Living from the end, as he put it.
Feeling it real now.
Feeling it real now. Neurologically, this is simply the instruction to utilize the brain's prospective capacity. Treat the desired future as if it's a stored memory now. The feeling of certainty is the operating key.
And if we look at, say, Abraham Hicks, their concept of using appreciation as vibrational tuning, it makes perfect sense in this context too.
Absolutely. Future gratitude is the ultimate form of tuning. You're aligning your emotional frequency, the feeling of the anticipated reward, with the neurological reality you are calling in. That sustained dopamine flow we talked about. That's the physical experience of that alignment.
So you are not asking for the reality from a place of lack.
No. You are matching its frequency. You're becoming it. And that pulls it forward into your experience.
Okay, let's try feeling that difference right now. We invite you, if you're in a place where you can do this safely, maybe just pause for a second. Close your eyes, perhaps.
Let's feel these three distinct states of gratitude. Just notice the subtle energies.
First, bring to mind something genuinely wonderful that happened maybe a couple of years ago. A deep achievement, a really happy memory. Feel that gratitude. And notice how that energy pulls your focus slightly back into the past. It relies on those established memory pathways. Just notice the direction.
Okay, now, gently shift. Shift being grateful for something you have right now in this present moment. Maybe the warmth of your home, the chair supporting you, your transportation. Feel that appreciation. Notice how that feeling is. Well, it's static, isn't it? Comfortable, maybe stable. It anchors you right here, right now.
All right. And now the final shift. Imagine being deeply, genuinely grateful for a major positive breakthrough that hasn't physically materialized yet. A moment of profound success or deep connection or vibrant health. Really feel the gratitude for it as if it's already happened. And notice the forward pull, that subtle lift in your energy. It's almost like your body subtly leans into possibility.
That forward lean, that subtle shift, that is the energetic signature of timeline programming. It's fired by that prospective certainty we talked about. It's pulling you forward. And that forward lean, that feeling of certainty you just hopefully felt, that is the expectation effect in action. It's not just some vague emotional exercise. It actively shifts your physiology. It changes things in your body.
Yeah, we've seen some really powerful psychological studies, right? Like those from Alia Crum at Stanford, showing how belief and expectation drastically alter our physiological responses. The Mind Over Milkshake study comes to mind.
Exactly. If you expect positive results, if you believe something will benefit you, your body physically behaves differently. Future gratitude creates that proactive expectation mindset.
It's like tapping into Fredrickson's broaden and build theory of positive emotions.
Precisely. When you feel that positive anticipation, that certainty generated by future gratitude, your cognitive flexibility actually increases. You become more creative, more open, more resilient.
And fundamentally better at noticing and capitalizing on opportunities.
Opportunities that were always there, but they were previously in your blind spot because your brain was busy scanning for threats or just maintaining the status quo.
So the language shift is the ignition key.
Yeah.
We absolutely have to move entirely out of the language of nervous maintenance, of just enough.
And into the language of confident inevitability, of expansion.
Okay, let's revisit those crucial reframing examples we touched on. We analyze the old maintenance statement, I'm grateful for my paycheck. Comfortable, but limiting.
Right. The required shift, the future gratitude version, is thank you for the financial breakthrough that's expanding, or thank you for the abundant financial flow that is arriving.
The difference is monumental, isn't it? The first one acknowledges the ceiling, maybe even reinforces it. The second one programs for an open sky. It invites expansion.
Exactly. And the relationship shift we talked about, moving from the static, maybe slightly resigned, I'm grateful for my current relationship.
The expectant, vibrant.
I am grateful for the love that is arriving and deepening into mutual joy and alignment. That statement creates energetic space. It invites transformation rather than just accepting the current state.
Okay, let's have you, the listener, try this right now. Take one of those statements you circled earlier, one that felt like pure maintenance, like glue.
Got it in mind.
Okay.
Now, rewrite it right now as future-focused gratitude. So for instance, if your statement was something like, I'm grateful for coping with my fatigue.
Rewrite it as, I am deeply grateful for the surging vitality returning to my body now. Make sure it's present tense, happening now.
All right. Now, if you can, speak that new statement aloud. Just whisper it if you need to, even if it feels a little awkward at first or aspirational. Say it.
Okay, now, pay extremely close attention to your body, your nervous system. Do you notice even a subtle physical lift? Maybe a slight release of tension in your gut or your chest or shoulders, a little bit more breath?
That physiological response, however subtle, confirms you've shifted the focus. You've moved from stabilization to acceleration. You've successfully injected the expectation effect. You've changed the signal. Okay, so we've felt the shift. We understand the science a bit. Now, how do we transition this powerful neurological hack into a reliable, consistent reality? We need a daily system.
Because a one-off feeling is nice, but it doesn't rewire the brain.
Exactly. Research, including lots of studies on neuroplasticity, confirms that repeated emotional rehearsal, doing this consistently, literally strengthens the neural circuits responsible for optimism, positive anticipation, and emotional regulation.
So this is the difference between just having a fleeting positive thought and actually restructuring your brain for a new default reality.
Precisely. This isn't just about reciting a daily mantra like a parrot. It's a systemic approach to programming a new neural reality. And it requires, we think, 5 crucial steps to ensure the practice translates from just an idea into felt, embodied certainty.
Okay, let's break down the system. Step 1.
Step 1, identify. And this requires honesty. brutal honesty sometimes. Notice exactly where your current gratitude feels flat or forced or resigned. Where does it lack juice? If it doesn't spark genuine, expansive joy or relief, it is likely operating as glue. It must be reframed.
Find the maintenance statements. Got it. Step 2.
Reframe. Convert that maintenance statement into a future statement. But critically, ensure it is always articulated in the present tense, as if it's unfolding right now. This is key.
So not thank you for the clarity that will unfold, but
Thank you for the perfect clarity and direction that is unfolding for me now. That present tense triggers the brain's future memory coding mechanism we talked about. It tells the brain this is happening.
makes sense. Step 3.
Amplify. Now, this is the critical juncture. This is where it moves beyond words. It's not enough to just say the words. You must generate genuine emotional certainty. Embodiment is everything
You
here.
have to feel it.
You have to feel the gratitude for the outcome before the outcome physically arrives. The brain only codes the future state as reality when that visceral emotional charge is present. That's what sustains the dopamine-seeking system. If you just recite the words without feeling, the result is hollow. It doesn't land.
Okay. Identify, reframe, amplify. Step 4.
Anchor. Consistency creates permanence. This is where you embed the certainty into your nervous system through deliberate repetition.
How? What kind of anchoring?
Write the statement daily in a journal. Feel it as you write. Speak it loud, maybe looking in the mirror, really connecting with yourself. Or even record yourself saying it with genuine feeling and listen back regularly.
So you're reinforcing the signal, wiring it deeper.
Exactly. Think of it as deliberately carving out and strengthening that positive neural circuitry, making it the new default pathway.
Identify, reframe, amplify, anchor. What's step 5?
Release. This might seem counterintuitive after all that focus, but it's crucial. After you've done the necessary emotional and neural programming, the feeling, the anchoring, you must trust the frequency tuning. You have to release the outcome.
Let go.
Let go of the how and the when. Avoid gripping or attaching tightly, desperately to the outcome. That tension, that desperation, actually overrides the positive frequency you just set. It introduces static. Release allows the timeline to effortlessly move toward you without resistance. Trust the process you've initiated.
Okay. Identify, reframe, amplify, anchor, release. Let's try grounding this by maybe practicing the first 3 steps together, just briefly, right now. Think of that area of your life where you are absolutely ready for massive, joyful expansion. Career, health, love, finances. Pick one.
Got it. Okay. Now, let's begin to reframe the gratitude for the desired outcome in that area. Convert it to a statement of inevitable, immediate arrival. Use powerful present tense words like now, unfolding, arriving, for instance. Thank you for the incredible opportunity that is opening for me right now, or thank you for the perfect health that is flooding my body now. Find your own words.
Okay, take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, really amplify that feeling. Don't just think the words. Feel the gratitude in your body as though that opportunity, that health, that love has already landed perfectly. Feel the relief, feel the joy, feel the expansion in your chest. Stay in that feeling of absolute certainty for just a few seconds.
That emotional embodiment, that is the powerful programming kicking in. That's the signal you're sending.
All right, so future gratitude is clearly an extremely powerful signal, but like any powerful system, it seems susceptible to, well, glitches. Psychological static that can interfere with the transmission.
That's a great way to put it, static. Yeah. So we need to introduce what we can call manifestation debug mode, a way to optimize the practice and ensure a clean, clear transmission of that future memory signal.
Okay, debug mode. What's the first common glitch?
Glitch number 1 is probably the most common. It feels fake. You get resistance. You try to state a massive future outcome, maybe something like, thank you for the $1 million business sale. And your inner skeptic immediately pikes up.
Yeah, that little voice saying, yeah, right. Who are you kidding?
Exactly. That survival mechanism kicks in, triggering disbelief. And the friction, the gap between your current reality and that huge projected certainty, it generates resistance. And resistance slows down or even blocks the frequency tuning.
Because that inner skeptic is designed to keep us safe, right? Keep us in the known, the comfortable. If the jump feels too big, it just rejects the new memory code. So how do we bypass that? How do we debug it?
The debug fix here is to use softer, more believable phrasing initially. Focus on alignment rather than forcing hyper-specific, massive results that strain your own credibility right now.
Like a bridge statement.
Exactly, a bridge statement. Instead of forcing that huge outcome you don't quite believe yet, Focus on the energetic alignment that makes the outcome possible. Shift to something like, thank you for the opportunities that are aligning with me with increasing ease, or thank you for the rapid financial growth that is unfolding now in perfect ways.
Ah, so it keeps the forward momentum, the positive expectation?
Yes, but without triggering that internal fight with your own disbelief.
Okay, let's have you try that right now. Take one of your big future gratitude statements. Maybe one that generated that little pang of resistance or anxiety when you said it earlier. Can you rewrite it now into a bridge statement? Something gentler, focused on alignment or unfolding, something that feels more believable today. Just notice how your body might relax a bit when you stop wrestling with that inner skeptic, that relaxation. That means the signal is cleaner.
Good. Okay, glitch number 2. Treating future gratitude like a wish list. Just hollow daydreaming.
How does that show up?
This happens when the focus is purely on the material form, the big house, the fancy car, the specific job title, without generating the underlying emotional resonance.
Right. Focusing only on the external container, not the feeling inside it. And that often feels hollow, doesn't it? Because you're asking for the form of a relationship, maybe, but not feeling the essence of vibrant love and connection.
Precisely. The debug fix here is to shift the focus entirely to the emotional essence. The universe, your subconscious, whatever you want to call it, doesn't really respond to the specific form. It responds to the frequency of the feeling.
The feeling is the target frequency.
The feeling is the frequency tuner. So instead of, thank you for the enormous red sports car, try shifting to the essence. Thank you for the absolute feeling of freedom, joy, and mobility, moving through life with effortless grace and excitement.
Ah, okay. The essence pulls the timeline, and the form that eventually arrives will perfectly match that feeling, even if it's not exactly the form you initially pictured.
Often it's even better. So think about a statement you might have that felt a bit like a material shopping list item. Can you rewrite it now? Focus on the underlying emotional state it represents for you. Is it security, freedom, ease, joy, connection? Get to the core feeling.
Okay. Glitch number 3 is a big one. Attachment overload, desperation, clutching.
This is critical. This is when future gratitude morphs into pressure and tension. You're repeating the statement, maybe dutifully, but underneath, energetically, you are grasping tightly. You're demanding the outcome immediately. Where is the money? When is my soulmate going to finally arrive? That kind of energy.
And that grasping, clutching energy is the absolute antithesis of certainty, isn't it? When gratitude feels desperate or needy.
The signal is completely distorted. It pushes the desire away. The neurological system registers the stress of lack, the anxiety of not having it yet, not the calm certainty of its arrival.
So how do we debug that? How do we loosen the grip?
The debug fix is to introduce immediate relief. You do this by adding gratitude for the journey itself or for who you are becoming in the process.
Ah, okay. So if you're feeling desperate about finding love, instead of just forcing the thank you for my soulmate statement,
you could try. Thank you for the perfect unfolding of love in my life, and thank you for the joy of becoming the person who is truly ready for this deep connection. Or, if it's finances, thank you for the financial expansion unfolding, and thank you for the wisdom I'm gaining on this journey to abundance.
So by celebrating the journey, celebrating your own growth and becoming,
you lower the stakes instantly. You reduce the anxiety. You bring immediate relief into your body now, and that relief opens the channel back up. It restores the feeling of trust and certainty.
Okay, check in with yourself again. Scan your body as you repeat your core future gratitude statement. If you feel tension anywhere, chest, stomach, jaw, try rewriting it to include gratitude for the ease of the unfolding journey or for your own becoming. Aim for that feeling of immediate relief, not strain.
Excellent. Finally, glitch number 4 is simple but common. Forgetting to anchor. This is purely a mechanical failure, really.
Meaning the practice stays all in the head.
Exactly. It remains solely as a mental exercise, maybe a fleeting thought during the day, but it fails to embed deeply into the nervous system through consistent practice.
And if the idea isn't rehearsed daily, with feeling, the brain's neuroplasticity won't fully kick in to code the future state as a durable reality. It just remains a flimsy idea floating around in the frontal cortex.
Not a deep embodied certainty anchored in the subconscious and the body.
So the debug fix here is just discipline.
Discipline, commitment, yes. Anchor it daily. If you choose to write it, Write it with presence and intention, feeling the words. If you speak it with genuine feeling, maybe aloud to yourself or in a mirror. Use those audio recordings if they help. The key is consistent repetition with emotional resonance. Each repetition wires the brain just a little bit deeper.
So decide right now, maybe pause for a second. How specifically will you anchor your core future gratitude statement this week?
Writing, speaking, listening. Commit to one method for the next 7 days. So, to recap Debug Mode, if it feels fake, soften it with a bridge statement focusing on alignment. If it feels like a wish list, shift your focus to the emotional essence. If it feels desperate or tense, add gratitude for the journey and your becoming. And if it feels flimsy, commit to daily anchoring with feeling.
Get that signal clean and strong, because a clean signal accelerates the timeline.
Now, perhaps the most powerful way to implement all these principles we've discussed, leveraging neuroplasticity, the dopamine of anticipation, the timeline programming, is through focused, guided visualization.
Before we begin, just try to grasp the premise. This whole thing is about leveraging gratitude, but not for what is, right? It's for what you intend or maybe know is coming. It's a mechanism for what you might call cognitive bridging.
Let's just invite you to settle in. Wherever you are, just take a moment. Allow your body to become just a little more comfortable. Maybe feel your shoulders drop a fraction, knees soften up a bit, or just feel the weight of your body being fully supported by the chair or whatever you're on.
Let's take a slow, steady breath in through the nose. Really feel the expansion in your chest and belly. And release it gently through the mouth, letting it all go. Do that again. Breathing in through the nose, letting your lungs fill completely. Feel that fullness. And as you exhale through the mouth, consciously let go of any physical tension you might be holding, maybe in your jaw, your neck, shoulders. Just let it melt away.
Good. And with each breath now, we initiate the mental clearing phase. Imagine your mind is like a snow globe that's just been shaken up, all those thoughts swirling around. And as you continue this slow, steady breathing, just imagine all those little flakes slowly settling down, creating a clear, calm space inside. All right. Now, let's initiate the timeline jump. Gently imagine yourself stepping forward into a version of your life, say, 6 months from now, or maybe even a year, whatever feels right.
This step is really crucial. This isn't just some daydream, okay? This is a timeline where something important to you has already shifted, a desire you've been holding. It's already come to life here. Just allow yourself to accept that this future, this version is already a certainty. Let that sink in. Now, see yourself in that space. What's the evidence? What tells you the shift has happened? Is it a new environment around you? Maybe a new role you're in, a new relationship. Or perhaps it's simpler, just a new, quiet kind of energy that you feel. Don't force the picture. Just let a version of your future self appear naturally.
And notice the specifics. Where are you exactly? What sounds might be around you? Can you smell anything? And most importantly, pay attention to how you feel in this reality, this place where success, whatever that means for you, is already achieved. Anchor into that feeling right now. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. We're now shifting into what the script calls gratitude reversal, expressing appreciation, real appreciation for something that, technically hasn't happened yet in your present moment. In your mind, or perhaps softly aloud if you prefer, begin to speak gratitude to that future reality you're sensing. Say these words: "Thank you for this life I am now living."
Just let those words sink in. Feel their weight.
Okay, now reinforcing the path that brought you here, say, "I'm grateful for the opportunities that unfolded to bring me here." Feel the sense of journey, the decisions, maybe even the synchronicity those words represent. And now focusing on your own development. Say, "Thank you for the growth, the clarity, the breakthroughs that made this possible." Acknowledge the inner shifts.
Now, as you're holding these statements, this future gratitude, just notice your physical response. This is where resonance happens. You might feel perhaps a gentle warmth in your chest area, maybe a soft involuntary smile forming. Or just a sense of deep ease settling into your body, that physical feeling. It's important. It confirms the reality to your body, bypassing the analytical mind.
Let's anchor that feeling now. Imagine a golden light right at the center of your chest. And with every slow, steady breath you take, imagine that light growing warmer, brighter, carrying the frequency, the vibration of genuine appreciation.
And we need to distribute this feeling, make it systemic. So let that golden light move gently down your arms, all the way into your hands. This is quite deliberate. Is to make your future feel tangible, like something you can literally grasp, create with. Next, let that warm light rise up through your throat. So your voice, your expression, carries this certainty. It aligns your intention with your ability to communicate it.
And finally, let the light settle down into your belly, your core, aligning your, let's say, your solar plexus, your intuition, with this feeling. Your entire physical system is being, well, rewired. It's being tuned to treat this future gratitude as an undeniable and inevitable certainty. Okay, now just allow a deep breath. Absorb that certainty, let it fill you. And now, silently or perhaps whispering aloud, repeat this final declaration after me. This is my timeline. This is my reality.
I am grateful now because it already exists within me.
Just continue to hold that image, that feeling. Imagine the space, the path between your current self and that future self, drawing closer, like 2 points of light maybe, merging into one single unified beam, brighter together. Okay, now take one more deep breath in, holding that sense of completion, that deep certainty right there in your chest. And as you exhale fully, just bring yourself gently back to the present moment, the room you're in. But carry with you that absolute certainty, that feeling that your gratitude has already set things in motion.
All right, now start to bring some gentle movement back. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes, roll your shoulders a little. And when you feel ready, go ahead and open your eyes. The visualization ends with that really powerful assertion. This is my timeline. This is my reality. I am grateful now because it already exists within me. If this practice allows us to genuinely feel the certainty of future success right here, right now, then here's something to think about. How does that statement, that feeling, fundamentally change the way you define possibility and maybe even effort in your present day? What successes, what clarity, what realities might you already possess right now that you just haven't fully realized yet?
You carry the emotional frequency, the embodied knowing with you. And that influences every decision you make, every interaction you have, every perception you filter today. You start living from that future certainty now.
So the future gratitude works. It accelerates timelines, fundamentally because the brain, well, it seems incapable of distinguishing between a stored past memory and a vividly imagined, emotionally resonant future projection.
That's the core of it. The capacity to generate and feel genuine appreciation for what hasn't yet physically arrived transforms aspiration, hope, desire into neurological certainty.
And that emotional certainty becomes the magnet, the tuning fork that pulls the desired reality, the matching frequency towards you.
Exactly. It shifts you from waiting to attracting, from passive hope to active creation.
So what does this all mean for you listening this week? We have a clear and, I think, really powerful assignment designed to help you initiate this shift in your own life.
Yes. Take those maybe 3 maintenance gratitude statements you identified earlier, the ones that felt a bit flat, like resignation or glue.
Rewrite them into powerful present tense, future-focused statements. Make sure they pass the debug mode check. They should feel believable enough now. Use bridge statements if needed. And focus on the emotional essence you desire.
And then anchor them. Commit to speaking them aloud with genuine feeling every day for the next 7 days. Just 7 days to start.
And maybe keep a little journal. Note down any subtle shifts you feel internally, any synchronicities that pop up, or unexpected opportunities or ideas that appear in your awareness. Just observe.
Be curious about what changes when you change the signal.
And finally, here is the provocative thought we want to leave you with today. If the neuroscience confirms that your brain codes a vivid future projection with the same intensity and neural pathways as a past memory,
then the entire concept of waiting for your desired outcome It might just be a deeply ingrained habit,
Yeah.
a mental construct we've learned, not an actual neurological necessity.
The question then isn't if your desired reality can arrive.
The only real question that remains is how quickly your genuine embodied appreciation can match its frequency.
Shift your gratitude from maintenance glue to rocket fuel.
And watch your timelines accelerate. If future gratitude is this powerful, if you consistently operate from that space of certain anticipation, what internal shifts, maybe even beyond the external results you want, might you start noticing in your energy levels, your vitality, maybe even your physical health,
Yeah.
just by changing your baseline expectation?
Ooh, that's a powerful question. What shifts within us just by holding that future certainty?
Something to explore. Give this a real try this week. Aim your gratitude forward.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jared, and thank you all for diving deep with us today on vibrations and manifestations.
It's been a pleasure. Until next time, keep feeling that future.